Only when we meet each other as human beings, to look in the eyes of each other, to listen to the pain of the other. It means to your enemy, not the other side, to your enemy exactly. When you discover your enemy is exactly like you have the same hope, aspiration, dreams, then he will be ready to listen to your pain, to your story, to your narrative. Rami said it, it's to respect each other. And we have a problem, to be honest, in this case here between the Israelis and the Palestinians. I understand that the majority of the Israelis and the Palestinians, they want peace, but the same majority, they don't trust each other. They scare from each other. We have a serious problem, the Jewish superiority. Many Israelis, especially the right wing, they cannot see us, not see us to talk to us. They cannot see us physically on the streets. And we feel that. This is one of the main problems. In spite of that, if we only have the opportunity, we only have the safe space or the safe place just to talk to each other. They are human beings. They are full of fear. And this is what I claim that the real enemy of the Palestinians in the Israeli side is the Israeli fear. And the same of the Palestinians. So I don't believe that there is alternative from meeting each other and talking to each other. Then, step by step, we'll start to talk about education. It's very important to start to educate, that to accept the other sometimes your neighbor. No, the other side means the enemy side as a human being, because we don't see each other as human beings. This has happened to me. This has happened to my brother Rami. When we meet each other, we meet each other as enemies. And we discover that we are very simple human beings. And then we start to create this partnership to trust each other.
I'm not getting tired of saying it again and again. When we get into a high school class, Bassam and myself, the earth is shaking. The earth is moving. It's like walking into the open mouth of an active volcano. And these are two societies at war. They need to prepare the young generation to be able to sacrifice themselves when time comes, and they hide each other. They demonize each other. So when we get into a high school class, for most of them, it's the first time ever in their life they see an Israeli and a Palestinian together, which are not fighting each other, which are calling each other brother, which are not putting their pain on the table, trying to compare whose pain is bigger, who started what, who's to blame, which is exactly what is happening today. And I refuse to take part in it. I refuse to join the team of my football fans to say this side is right and this side is wrong. This side is completely black and this side is completely white. The two sides are to blame. I think the damage that Hamas created for the Palestinian cause is unbearable. They took them back 1,000 years and it cannot be repaired. And it's up to people like us, people who understand that the conflict did not start with Hamas. Hamas did not invent the conflict. The conflict invented Hamas. It's up to people like us who pay the highest price possible to face our nations and to share our deepest feelings and to be able to face the atrocities of our sides and confront them and tell the truth to our people. This is what happened.
The theme of our times, we're living in broken times, not only Israel, Palestine, but all over the world. And we're looking for some form of repair. Where does the repair come in? I personally believe that the repair comes in the form of storytelling. And as both Rami and Bassam say, learning to listen to one another. But it's personal storytelling that I think is profoundly important. Not people standing up and being didactic and saying, this is what you must believe and this is how you must believe, and there is only one way. There's so much more than one truth that is available to us. And one of the things that I learned in writing a Paragon, and when I got time to spend with these young people, is that this story doesn't belong just in Israel and Palestine. but it belongs everywhere. I do fundamentally believe that a shift in the way that we treat our teachers, a shift in the way that we treat what we talk about, giving young people an opportunity to talk about mature and difficult subjects, to say that it's okay to be confused. It's okay for this stuff to be messy. Who are these two men who are brave enough to call each other brothers? And when you get an insight into the personal, then you will get a deeper insight into the historical, and the social, and the political. It all begins in the personal, and I think so much.
And we need to face the other side with good faith, without blaming, because the game of blaming will take you nowhere, because there is always something which will be a new argument to blame you for. And we have to not to look back. We have to look forward. We'll have to look into the future. We have to understand that we are not going anywhere. We need to share this land. 1 state, 2 states, 10,000 states.
In fact, for me, I want to see all the Americans or the British or the Germans together, who are pro-Israelis and pro-Palestinians, come together to be pro-justice. Justice for both of us, peace for all of us, security for both sides. So I agree with my brother Rami. We need to look forward in order to achieve justice. What Israel wants? Peace and security. So why they occupied another land of another people? Occupation creates resistance. This is the main goal. This is the common enemy between the Israelis and the Palestinians. So the most important thing is not to keep silence, to raise up our voice for humanity, for freedom, for democracy, to everyone, not only for the Israelis and not only for the Palestinians, for both of us.